Hello again, everybody. Well, we're here on this very rainy day at the Hooker Cemetery in Wildwood, Georgia. It's about 12 miles southwest of Chattanooga, and the only information that I've been able to find on it, other than it is still an active cemetery, is that the land was donated by Mr. William Lyle and J.G. Phillips. And while you can see that there are other graves all around that are newer, there are supposed to be about 150 old unmarked graves. So anyway, guys, let's take a look and see what we can see today, shall we? Now, some of these are literally right up by the road, and then some of them are further off. This does look like a newer section. I will go and check that section over there in the corner. But for right now, we're just gonna walk and look this way. And we've got a World War II veteran. Well, as you can see, we're by the entrance, and I would say that these up on top of the hill are probably some of the older marked graves. And this cemetery is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. But anyway, we've got Winfrey. And some of these headstones are going to need some love. We'll see if Elizabeth Henry Winfrey. I can't see the rest of it. The rain has really caused a bugaboo. And then the old standby. I don't know if they were actually buried here, but a lot of places will tend to put the headstones up by a tree when the location goes missing. And you've got some children's one in here. You definitely got some older ones for sure. 1899. A lot of cedars planted here too, which is, a lot of people will plant them around the gravestones. You can see a whole lot of cedars. This is a very large 1905 Lawrence Mills. A lot of Fords are in here. And then you've got more headstones that are up against a tree. More Haswells. Strawn, Martins, Cowan, they are very tightly packed. It looks like at one point there was narrow little walkways. And we've got a Pope, and that looks to be a Freemason. And here's another interesting headstone. I love it when these are done they've actually carved likenesses into them. I think they use a sandblast type material to do that. And you can see that I guess the grandchildren and children have done a nice bench. I keep seeing these bronze plaques, so there are a decent amount of veterans in here. More Fords. Another World War II vet. And yes, I do walk in between, because walking on graves is just not a good thing. Sometimes in the older graveyards it's harder to do. Judy Stevens, Keefe, Long, Moreland. Dagnan. Bennett. More Haswells. Thomas. Wheeler. Suttons. World War II private of the U.S. Army. James Clifford Dagnan. Higgins. This. And here's another one. So this, well, no, I was mistaken. It just looks like one of the military ones. Guitar carved into the back. And there's another World War II veteran. And they do use the letter system to take a look at things. So this community definitely contributed a lot over the years. More Haswells. Watley. Another World War I veteran. This is a beautiful old cemetery. And you can see that some of these Lancaster, some of these go right down to things. William B. Lancaster, World War II. I wonder where a lot of these unmarked, these have a lot of growth on them. I wonder where a lot of these unmarked graves are. I mean, I guess they're sprinkled. If anybody knows any more information on this cemetery, please let me know. I never can find enough info about some of these cemeteries. On top of that is interesting. I'm not going down there because it is very slippery, but I see more military I can only imagine how difficult it was to try to bury on this hill. You can see that they have built some walls up. There's a bench that is covered in stuff. Is there a headstone in here, or is that a stump? There is a headstone, almost obscured. Wesley H. McHoney? McHoney? I'm not 100% sure. Flagman, Southern Railroad, 39 years. Born in 1881 and died in 1960. Lived a good, long life. Parsons, Mills, Hicks. I'm going to try to get up the hill a little bit more. Oof. Snowmen. Lemons and Stevens. Huh. I'm not sure what those symbols are, but this section is definitely older. That's part of it. Let's go. I'm going to walk over here and I'll catch up with you guys here in a minute. More Bennett's. There are a lot. Dagnan family. There are a lot of interesting stones here. I'm going to walk in, I think, a little bit lower. Unfortunately, more children. Sanders. Some Exums. That's another interesting truck. Massengale White. Morgan. Beatty. So this cemetery definitely has dense clusters of specific families. Now there is a lonesome one here. This Oliver appears to have liked the sex. Well, looks like there might be one stone in there, but I can't get to it. It's too overgrown. Simons. Garrett. And Patterson. And it has definitely gotten to where it is quite steep to go back up the hill. Owens Meadows, and I am not going to try to get to that other one, but it looks like Gibson up there. U.S. Navy. Here we are down in the bottom. Anyway, guys and gals, I hope that you have enjoyed looking around this historic little cemetery. Like I said, if anybody knows, please give me some more information on this cemetery. I mean, there are dates sprinkled all over the place. Anyway, I am off to go on some more journeys. So until then, why don't you go on a journey of your own? We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.